Welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Today, I've got my deer hides that we just tanned. Now this one I tanned, I don't know, back just a little while. It was one of the first ones I done this year. It has got a little color to it due to the way I tanned it. This one is still very much white. Now you see they're not just like soft as a dish rag. A lot of that has to do with the smoke. Is when they're not smoked, the least bit of moisture here in Mississippi in the air get into these hides and they'll start locking back up. So I worked this over just slightly over the edge of a table, limbered it a little bit. We're gonna smoke it good in the smokehouse while we've got we pulled the jerky off with the racks that's up there. I done put punky wood into the stove, and I'll show you in just a second another piece before we put it in there what I'm using. But I'm gonna lay these up on my rack in here. All right, I got them in there. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you how I did this. Now it's gonna be smoky. You're not gonna be able to see probably real good, but you see how I laid that over that rack? I draped it down on the underside in there. The other one is hanging over that rafter up there. You see all the smoke going directly up. Now you see this is wood. See how soft and what we call punky wood, but you can see that it's rotting wood. That's what I'm putting in this heater over here. I've got several pieces of it right here that I have laid to the side. That's what I feed this fire with. So to kind of tell you what's going on, when you break those fibers apart, you've tanned that hide, you have gotten all the old natural oils out of it that's going to rot and deteriorate, that the bugs are going to eat. You get all of that out and you incorporate new oils back into it, and you break those fibers apart to where they're loose and limber like this. Well, there's hide glues in there that have to be leached out, and if that hide gets damp, well, those hide glues are like any other glue, they start to run back together. Well, then as it dries, it locks back together. So what you're doing with smoke is you're encapsulating and coating these fibers basically so that they don't lock back together after it gets wet. So it can get wet and they'll still remain pliable. Or you may have to work it just a little bit if it does get damp and start getting stiff in areas. A lot of that has to do with how well it's tanned, what it's tanned with. And I really don't understand all of it. I don't know in detail every aspect. There's a lot better tanners out there than me. I'm sharing with you knowledge that I'm learning, and I'm experimenting right now with different ways of tanning. I'm doing a little technique on one that I've got right now I'm working on. And I'm gonna show you how I apply the brains in a video later on. And I'm not gonna go through the whole tanning process of it. But we're gonna smoke these, and they're gonna stay in this smokehouse till later today. We'll watch the color. The thing that you're supposed to do is cut a thicker part of that hide and make sure the color is all the way through it. You know it's completely smoked. This helps with the bugs getting into stuff. I have found that just smoking don't prevent a bug from getting it. A lot of times if that hide is not fleshed good enough, that's what those bugs is after, those membranes and stuff that's still on that hide, they're gonna eat that. So hang with me, we're gonna get these smoked. All right, y'all, we got these hides out. Now this one here has come out really, really good. Oh, you see how soft and supple it is? This hide done really good, except for right around the neck area is a little stiff. The other one is not quite as supple. Now this is the one I brain tanned. This one I tanned in, I can't remember now what I tanned it in. The one that I tanned in the Murphy's oil soap is, I've got it, I re-tanned it. It just was stiff, and I re-soaked it in Murphy's oil soap and soaked it down. No, I redone it in eggs, that's what I did. But this is probably a lot to do with it being a buck, and I probably didn't get it worked as good. I don't know, it just didn't come out but now very much a usable hide. We're gonna see what I can do about softening it on up. But you see the color of that? Y'all, it's got a beautiful color to it. Now I did get some stains on the back of it from that rack where the jerky was. I should have known better. That is my fault. That is grease out of that meat, which for me and what I'm doing, it don't matter. Now, if you're trying to make high quality buckskins, you're gonna not want to do stuff like that. But we're gonna make projects out of this. I am probably gonna put some oil into these, but those are finished buckskins. I'm gonna attempt at some point to make me a buckskin jacket. So once the jacket is made, then I'll really apply and put some conditioner and stuff on those hides to see if I can clean them up. And I can take a sanding paper or pumice rock, or we have a lot of sandstone here, but it's really red and I ain't gonna use that. I'll probably take an orbital sander with some like 120 grit and go over these spots, and that's just on the surface, and that'll come right off. So just some tips. And I did notice right here, you can see, if I can get it in the light just right without knocking the camera, right here, that is where some grain was left on there and did not come off. So that spot is a little more stiff than the other, but it is not just all stiff. It is, and it has a good smooth. If I could get a good tan with that grain on there, it'd look more like shiny leather. So thank y'all for watching. This is the smoking part of doing buckskins. I just wanted to do a somewhat short video on just the smoking. And I know some of you's gonna be, this is the first video you watch. To you people, nothing wrong with that. Go back and watch how I tanned. I'm working on another tanning method, doing a few different tricks with it. So you'll have to watch. I'm not gonna go through the whole tanning process on that video either, because I've just completed a long video and I don't wanna make all of them hour-long videos. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. We're doing some experiments. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.